Aries. Now in case of Aries ascendant, if you observe, Mercury, which is your third lord and sixth lord, comes in your first house. It goes away from the watery energies of Pisces and comes to the Aries fiery energy. So wait and hold on, because your impulsive reaction may create wrong decisions, especially regarding your personal health, something that is closely associated with you. Say for example, if you're having a lot of desire about a work or about a job post, you may go over expressive, you may take bold decisions with respect to that. Now if it is done in a calculated manner, good, but the chance that it can go overboard and you might overdo things is very high. So wait until Mercury crosses 10 degrees of Aries zodiac sign. Now Sun is in Aries, and when Mercury comes to the Aries zodiac sign, this is a Buddhaditya yoga. So for you, a Sun Mercury conjunction is actually very good. This can help you express yourself more prominently, and somebody who is a public speaker or a personality will greatly benefit from this Mercury transit. But your mind can get overboarded. Your mind is running at a faster pace. Over calculation is very much possible, and unnecessary defensive arrangements can be made if your moon is weak. That will be your natural response. For example, you are protecting the castle, which do not even exist. So think on that angle. From the perspective of business and finance, this is a good time, a time to take control of the problems in life, and especially if you have supply chain issues, logistic issues, this transit in your business will fill the gap and the loopholes. Also, your bold and leadership expression, your ability to take things head on, and your energy shift, bringing more clarity in life, more assertiveness in life, will make you a known leader and a known person, and someone who can be relied upon, who is a go-to solution finder, which can also create promotion chances, which can also create better job opportunity. Interviews given during this time will definitely give you a more edge. You will get a greater edge by the Mercury's fiery expression. Now if you are in any kind of Mercurian field, if you are in banking and finance, investment, if you are into healing industry, if you are into any kind of mathematical studies, if you are into political sciences, if you are into politics, if you are a journalist, then this can be a great time for you to express yourself in a very different manner and do something that has never been done before. So overall, for Aries ascendant, Mercury transit in the first house is a thumbs up. It's a very, very positive transit. It gives you all the energy and it gives you that outward expression. Who will be feeling negative? Say for example, you have a bad relationship with your brother or neighbors, or you want to travel. During this time, there can be certain conflicts. After all, 6th house is also known to give conflicts. Remember, Ketu is still in your 6th house. So be careful and stay away from issues where you can be caught in the crossfire. Leo. In case of Leo ascendant, Mercury is very, very important. Budh rules your 11th house. Budh rules your 2nd house. When the two financial houses are controlled by Budh, and then this Mercury goes in your 9th house, then this creates tremendous financial shift in your life. You might decide to go away from the family business and start something on your own. This is also going to create some sort of, I will say, value, point of view difference, value system difference between you and your family. Why? Because 2nd Lord is 8 places away. Your actions might also create a new beginning in your own family. Maybe you are the first one who is now deciding to run or start a business, or if you are in a service-oriented family, or you want to join a big 4 company, or you have taken a decision that you will go into service rather than business if you are in a business-oriented family. You know, this kind of great change that can impact the entire family can happen, just that you will have to bring your entire family in your confidence before you take that call, before you take that decision. Again, Mercury being in your 9th house can be good for your overall expression. What you believe is what you will communicate. You will be able to stand up for your choices, stand up for your rights, and this will give you a lot of justice. Now, Mercury is going to aspect the third house, which is going to make your expression very bold. And just you have to understand one thing. Sometimes in order to express boldly, you can become disrespectful. Don't be that. Otherwise, Saturn is in your 8th house and this can create a lot of trouble. This Mercury can be a kingmaker transit. Why? Because your 11th lord is Buddha, because 11th house has Gemini. When Mercury goes in Aries, it is Bhavad Bhavam from the 11th house. So you stand to gain not only from overall business and finances, but also from speculative gains. Your decisions might prove to be right over a long period of time. So you need to give yourself that much of room, but any quick gain should not be trusted. 9th house is the house of mentor, father, guru. Buddha going there shows that you will have a proper communication with your father or guru. But if your Mars is afflicted in your chart, now this is something which you have to see in your chart. If your Mars is afflicted, then you will have to be very careful about your communication and what you believe in, because Mars can make you believe that wrong is right and right is wrong. Asur is, you can say Deva, and Deva is Asur. So this confusion can be created, especially in the early degrees of Mercury, because Buddha is coming from the impact of Rahu and Saturn from the 8th house to the 9th house. It will take some time for you to understand the bigger picture. So give yourself 5-10 days and let the Mercury become stable. Meanwhile, you can pray to Bhagwan Narayan by chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and Vishnu Sahasranam. Sagittarius. Now, in case of Sagittarius, Dhanu Lagan, the ascendant of Jupiter, fire, and the ascendant that teaches dharma, for you, Buddha will move in your 5th house. The 5th house Mercury is so good for you because not only it gives you chances to learn, it gives you chances to communicate, it also gives you new beginnings and new starts in life. For couples who have problem in relationship, in childbirth, this can mean that better medical treatment can happen, better counseling can happen. And Buddha, while it is in Ashwini Nakshatra, can trigger something positive. It sets the ball in motion. If you are stuck up from a real estate issue from a very long time, Mercury coming in the 5th house can kickstart suddenly things in a positive direction. You might see things moving now. If you are stuck in visa process, you don't know how it is moving, Mercury in the Aries zodiac sign in your 5th house can trigger that. Now for Sagittarius, Buddha is very important because it rules your 7th and 10th house. It rules your career, it rules your marriage, it rules your business, it rules your circumstances. So when Buddha goes in the 5th house in the Aries zodiac sign, you should focus on changing your circumstances. You should focus on changing the career. You will be more vocal and more expressive about telling people what you want and what you don't want. Just that it should not be reflected as anger. This can channelize internal frustration into positive expression, but you must be matured enough to transmute that energy from negative to positive. And if you don't know how to do that, meditation and yoga are some wonderful way to manage Mercurian energy. After all, Mercury and Mars are together. Now, Mars currently is in the sign of Cancer, Karka Rashi. And for you, Mars is in the 8th house. Mercury coming in the 5th might make you speak some or spill some of the secrets. Be careful. Buddha in the 5th house will also help you learn a lot of secrets which may make you a little depressed. After all, Mars does not have that strength. But it means that you will be in an environment where you can adjust if you try to. Initially, it will give you some frustration, some blunt expression, but slowly it will take you towards the path of readiness and stability. Now, Mercury is aspecting the 11th house, therefore it will give you new network circle. If you're a student, you will make new friends. If you are traveling abroad, you will see things moving in positive direction. For people who are professionals, you will see that you will get job or role that you desire. But for that, you will also have to work really hard and be ready to give up that comfort zone, because unless Saturn in the 4th house, which actually is aspecting the 10th house, wants to create a change, Buddha will not be able to. Although Buddha is 8th from the 10th house, which means that this can change the way you work. This can change your environment around you. Now, Buddha is 11th from the 7th house, so gain of marriage and gain from marriage is very much possible. Gain of new legal contract, new business partnership is also on the cards. So someone who is a homemaker or who is elderly, this means that you will get to know or learn a lot of information. So spend some time learning new things, learning new ways of expression. Say for example, you learn singing, you learn dancing, or spending quality time in learning a different language. That will help you. Also reading a lot of book, journaling and writing is going to be a wonderful way to manage Mercurian energy. Now, in case your Buddha and Moon, Mercury and Moon in your birth chart is extremely afflicted, this might be the time when you will get the right counseling. But for that, you will have to go to the counselor. The time is right, make the best use of it. Water zodiac sign, Cancer. For Cancer ascendant, Mercury is your 12th lord and 3rd lord. And for you, Mercury goes in the 10th house. So this definitely means that you want to leave your workplace and do something different. But hold your horses. Aries Mercury can give you a lot of new opportunities even at the place where you are right now. Aries Mercury means that it is a kind of a position where you will take initiative related to your career. But if you want to resign, think twice. If you want to shift your career, think twice. If you want to take a bold leap of faith in your career, think twice. The reason is that Saturn is in your 9th house. There is a restriction, there is a limitation of knowledge and resources and people who will support you. On the other hand, a 3rd house planet in the 10th house can easily give you a career in communication, in banking sector, in technology, and especially if you are a master of language, if you are a master of technology, if you are a master of transaction, if you are into statistics, this can be a very good time for people who are connected to these fields. A 10th house Mercury has an aspect on the 4th house. Therefore, there can be a little bit of anxiety in your career. That anxiety can hurt your peace of mind and hurt your overall homely atmosphere. So you need to be very, very cautious and careful that while Mercury in the 10th house is supportive to your career, it should not be that you are constantly talking about your career even at your home front, even with your family, and you're kind of draining that energy. Because there can be a sudden hope or something will happen that will give you high hopes that yes, your career will catapult, your career will be very bright, good for you. But you need to understand that Rahu is still in the 8th house and in the 9th house and going to the 8th house, and this can create confusing scenarios for you. 12th lord in 10th house also means that it is going to give you career in overseas. There can be foreign exchange happening, and if you're earning from foreign, this can be a very good time for you. You can take new initiatives and bold decisions for that. The best way to handle Mercury in Aries in the 10th house is to keep yourself physically active and try to plan all your activity during the daytime. Scorpio. In case of Scorpio as an ascendant, Mercury is a kind of a planet that is your 8th lord and it is your 11th lord. And your ascendant is ruled by Mars. Your ascendant lord is debilitated in the 9th house and your 8th lord goes into the 6th house, Aries. So when Mercury moves to Aries, it's a Vipreet Rajyog, but it can create a lot of hurdles or obstacles in fulfilling your dream. A 6th house Mercury in Aries means you are going all out. You are becoming a one-man army. You are using all your strength and all your, the in-depth knowledge to execute and fix the situation and problem. But 6th house Mercury simply means that you should be focusing only on fixing the problem rather than earning the profit. This might also mean that you are thinking to invest in a service-based sector, converting your gains into investments. If you're doing that, you have to think in the long term. Short-term investment approach may not work at this point. with Mercury in the 6th house and with your ascendant lord in a weaker state aspecting the 12th house, Mars from the 9th house aspects the 12th house, you need to be very careful with your skin. Skin related issues, nerves related issue, anxiety, fear of an enemy, unknown fear, fear of certain kind of circumstance or an anticipation of a problem can put you into overdrive and put your body into fight and flight mode, which means it can create inflammation in the body, it can create sleepless nights. In this case, you have to go for yoga, pranayam, dhyan, strenuous exercises, so that at least your 11th lord coming into the 8th house associates you with people who heal. So try to associate with positive people and get rid of the toxic energies that are driving you crazy. Also, people who drive fast, who are into the automobile sector, aviation sector, will see great boost in their career. But while you are driving the car, be careful because this can invite accidents. Overall, a 6th house Mercury will give you a mixed response, totally dependent on how your own energy is placed. If your Mars is good, you will be able to win. If your Mars is afflicted, be careful with your wrong decisions. Pisces. In case of Pisces, well, Mercury is leaving your ascendant. Buddha, which is your 4th and 7th lord, kind of rules 50% of your central life force, is going in your 2nd house and it is going out of debilitation. So it is going to clear off all the negative air in your mind. It will clear the foggy thoughts and it will give you that peace of mind. It will give you that clarity, and the clarity will be seen in your family. So if you want to discuss something with your family members, if you want to take a decision, bold decision related to finances, savings, if you want to join family business, or even if you want to do some dental work, you have a problem on your face and you want to do Botox, something of similar order, Mercury in the Aries will help you. Because while Mercury moves to the Aries zodiac sign, the fiery energy of Mercury triggers the Kendra Bhav. 4th house Lord in the 2nd house is very good because it gives you return from your assets. But for the 7th house, it is not that great. This means that Mercury in the 2nd house may force you to say something or some event in the family. Maybe there are some ethical questions that is happening in your family that will force your marriage and that will force you to take some very important and controversial decision in your marriage. So be very, very careful, and the moment you are stuck, maybe that is the time to consult a practicing astrologer or a healer, doctor, therapist, somebody. 4th house is gaining. 7th house is shifting. The dynamics of the marriage is shifting. You should not speak something that can hurt the partner and it might derail the process. And sometimes it can derail to a position where your marriage is called off. Be careful. Same thing is applied for business partnerships. On one side, this is going to give you money. But on the other side, money, finance, saving, all that can become a problem in the business, and out of the blue, the partnership is broken. So be careful there. Buddha needs a remedy here. And in this case, praying to Bhagwan Kartikeya, praying to Bhagwan Mahashiv is a very good way to manage the energies of Mercury and then Saturn and Rahu on your ascendant. Air zodiac sign. Now for Gemini ascendant, this is going to be a kind of a transit where your ascendant lord is going in your 11th house. There is a Buddha-Aditya Yoga, so it's going to be a very positive movement. Your 4th lord is also going in the 11th house, so it shows that you will stand to gain your comforts. You will try to communicate what's best for you. Sometimes you don't speak up for yourself, so now is the time when you will show your true strength and resilience. So it's a very, very positive and very good transit for you. Now, if you see for Gemini ascendant, when Mercury goes in the 11th house, it opens up the chances of positive transactions. So if the flow of money is stalled in your life, the flow of money will improve and you will start receiving money. This is going to be a very, very positive transit for Gemini ascendant and moon sign. Ascendant Lord in 11th house also means that your network circle will grow, you will be socializing more, you will be able to communicate or talk in public in a much better format. And if you're a public speaker, this is a wonderful time for you. So overall, this is going to give you gain from real estate, gain from your assets, and this might also mean that you might spend some money, or there will be some transaction happening from your home perspective, from your vehicle perspective, or you might end up buying some stock. So this is good time to invest. But yes, you have to be very careful and apply your own common sense while investing somewhere. Now Mercury is going to aspect the 5th house, so it is good time for students. Students should chant Saraswati mantra, and you should focus more on concentration methods and exercises. For Libra, this is going to be a transit in the 7th house. Now for Libra, if you observe, Gemini falls in the 9th house and Virgo falls in the 12th house. And when Buddha comes out of debilitation and goes in the 7th house, well, it kind of gives you the mixed result, because you see everybody else progressing. Now you want to progress, now you want to move forward, now you want to do something in life, correct? But Mercury's 7th house energies are a little disturbed, because both Mars and Mercury do not fare well in the 7th house. It's fire, it's like your circumstances are pushing you, but maybe you don't want it. A foreign business may happen, foreign transactions may happen, and if you are into travel and tourism industry, this is going to be a very good time for you. Now with 9th Lord coming in the 7th house, this can also turn the fate with respect to marriage, and you might meet your life partner right now. Also 7th house being the house of business and Mercury being the planet that is related to travel, communication, transactions and monetary benefits, this is the time when you can resolve your conflict and disputes with your business partner, but it will happen with a compromise. It cannot be that you are forcing yourself. Although an Aries energy means that Mercury's communication is more forced, more dominating. You might also see, if your Mercury is bad, that people around you are dominating you and you are feeling a little depressed. In that case, you should chant Vishnu Sahasranam and smile and communicate with confidence, because if your confidence is low, it can create some challenges. Because Mercury is aspecting the 1st house, you might also face a little bit of criticism. People might talk more about you, some good, some bad. You need to be very, very mature in handling that criticism, especially if you're in the field of social media. Otherwise, Mercury transit in the 7th house can establish and move things with respect to business, relationship and marriage. Aquarius. Now in case of Aquarius, Buddha is a very important planet. It rules your 5th house, it rules your 8th house. And such Mercury, when it moves in your 3rd house, remember 3rd house Kalpurush is ruled by Gemini, Mercury itself. So Buddha in the 3rd house gives you the power of communication. So when you see people suffering and people unable to speak up, you are there. Sometimes you can speak for them. So if you're a lawyer, if you're a journalist, if you're a writer, this is a very, very good transit for you. Now Mercury is also going to aspect the 9th house, which means it wants you to talk more about your belief system. It wants you to communicate your problems to your seniors and take help of a guru. So don't hesitate from seeking help. Buddha in the 3rd house also gives you very witty way of managing things. You will micromanage your finances, and this is the time when you can pull yourself out from deeper financial debts. Why? Because your 8th Lord is 8 places away, and this is the Bhavat Bhavam. Buddha being in Aries zodiac sign might create certain tensions and some kind of debate kind of situation with your brothers and siblings, especially for matters related to inheritance. So be careful there. Otherwise, Mercury is going to create a rift in relationships. Buddha can also create travel. There can be sudden short and long distance travel. Enjoy that travel. And the Sun and Mercury position in the 3rd house gives you a lot of confidence, and that confidence will speak for itself. Overall, it's a very positive time. After all, your 5th Lord is 11 places away. So it shows that you are gaining the Amrit. But the thing is that it is in your own control. You have to gain that Amrit. You have to focus and fulfill the need and desire. So it's a very aspirational transit for you. It will give you new dimension, new objectives, and new goals. Taurus. Now, in case of Taurus, Gemini is your second house and Virgo is your fifth house, which means when Mercury moves into the 12th house of Aries, this kind of creates a kind of a financial challenge. Your money starts to drain more. Maybe you're just buying some stuff which is unnecessary, or you want to travel abroad, you want to travel and isolate yourself, you want to run away from responsibility, or it's just for leisure and happiness purpose. But this definitely shows that Mercury being in the 12th house on one side can drive you towards investment. So say for example, you're spending something, suddenly you will start thinking that this is an investment. I want to invest on this. I want to spend money because this will really help me. Give it a pause. Know that second lord is in 12th house. This can mean that you might drain the money. Unless your horoscope supports the reversal of the income that you spend, or if your horoscope has debt crisis, then this Mercury transit can be bad for you. Otherwise, a 12th house Mercury can give you gains from foreign country, export and import business. The more you are isolated, the more self-talk will happen. So it will give you inner insights, and a 12th house Mercury can help you earn from pharmaceutical industry, from hospitals, from asylums, from isolation. Now, the more you meditate and the more you talk to yourself, the more you focus on the subconscious, the better this Mercury will be. Mercury being in the sign of Aries in the 12th house shows that you will have very strong inner calling. Lot of voices will be coming from inside. Hear the right voice and do not go and do not try to show dominance and do not try to talk with ego. The sun is in the 12th house. This can create a lot of problems for you. So overall, Mercury transit in the 12th house on one side can increase expenses, but you have to see why the expenses are increasing. Is it clearance of the debt because Mercury is seeing the 6th house, or it is just because you're overspending? Debt clearance will happen, karmic clearance will happen. In this case, chanting Ganpati mantra Om Gam Ganpate Namah is going to be very, very helpful. Virgo. Now, in case of Virgo ascendant or even moon sign, your ascendant Lord Mercury will go in the 8th house, but good for Mercury because it gets out from the sign of debilitation. It goes into the 8th house. It kind of makes you keep your finances secret. It focuses on joint asset development with you and your life partner. Career changes will happen and you will take some strong measure to change the way your career progresses. Now, this is one way to manage your expense, also manage your investments. Now, Mercury, when it goes into the 8th house, can also mean that you will get inheritance, or the talks of inheritance will increase, and this Budh can also help you get rid of deeper financial or career related crisis. But you will have to take great care of your health, and Mercury being a planet of communication, you have to take great care of your health of your throat. Don't speak something. Words should be used in bare minimum, and if possible, practice silence whenever it is possible, because words can create problems. It is Aries. You will also see that the people talking a lot about you, the people may speak something that you may not like. In this case, you just have to take a step back and keep a calm, because sudden transactions, sudden movement and sudden changes will actually benefit you. Now, if you are into occult, chanting any mantra or doing some sadhana will really, really help you. Spiritual alignment will happen, and people who are aligned to the spiritual side of life will gain knowledge. And this is transaction. Mercury is information. So you get the information of the 8th house. It's a very good time for occult practitioners, astrologers, healers, and somebody who is into tantra and who is doing some sadhana. Mercury being in the 8th house changes your life in a big way. It goes into physical transformation, and people will accept you the way you want them to accept you. Capricorn. In case of Capricorn, Mercury is your 9th lord, Mercury is your 6th lord, and Mercury goes in the 4th house. When 6th lord goes in the 4th house, you just be careful, because this can create debt related to your family, your home. Just because you want to be comfortable and you want to enjoy something, you may overspend on credit card. So here you will have to keep a control on yourself. But Ninth Lord is also in your 4th house. When ninth Lord goes in the 4th house, it kind of drives you by faith. It wants you to be comfortable in your own zone because you have received some information. So yes, you will feel more secured, but the question is, are you feeling secured because an information is coming, or an information is coming from a reliable source? The source of the information is very important. Say for example, you heard that yes, you need to buy a stock of certain company. Now you are happy and you bought that stock. Tomorrow it can fail. But if the source is good, if a person is experienced in the market, say I'm just giving an example, then you can trust on that information. So trusting on that information is very important, because on one side, ninth Lord is in the 4th house. It kind of changes the fate, but it is also your 6th Lord going in the 4th house. It can increase debt. Now people whose files are stuck with respect to home loan, or if you really want a loan, then yes, this can create a free flowing process where you can achieve loans. So for Capricorn, Mercury being in the 4th house can act both as blessing and as a curse. Now it's your duty that do not indulge into a lot of comfortable things, rather focus more on your career, more on I will say necessary things rather than expensive and luxurious things. Focus more on essentials, and this is also supported by Saturn in the 3rd house. Now when Rahu goes in the 2nd house in the month of May, this will allow you to gain more income, but until then you should focus on Ganpati Pujan and MahaLaxmi Pujan. Both in the 4th house can also mean that you will see you moving your home, your city, your country, or at least renovation. Some sort of movement is supposed to happen. Just allow that movement, and maybe you will sell off your vehicle, you will buy another vehicle. As long as you are knowing what you're doing, you're managing your debts, and you are managing your expenses, you're all set. It's kind of a mixed transit, but here I will say in such cases, astrologically, the 9th Lord results precedes the 6th Lord result and can even override. So yes, you can still have faith and trust on this Mercury, but chanting the mantra, Buddha mantra here in this case will be very, very beneficial. Praying to Bhagwan Narayan and Ganpati is also very much needed, and that's going to give you a lot of comfort.